Hello friends and a warm welcome to another bullet journal setup. Thank you for clicking on this video and let's plan for February. For this month theme, I wanted something that had to do with Valentine's Day, and of course it had to be chocolate and something red. As I was searching for inspiration on Pinterest, I came across these chocolate cakes with cherries. I immediately decided to go with this picture, especially the fact that I always wanted to practice painting realistic glossy looking food with watercolors. I'm a big fan of watercolor food illustrations. I just love the glossy texture and how realistic they look. It was a bit challenging for me to paint this, starting from the sketch that was complicated with way too many details and abstract shapes, but I just trusted the process. I started by laying down the lightest red, then blocking the shadows with a much darker red, which I get by mixing red and green. I also made sure to leave the highlighted areas white and dry. I just work on my values and add more saturated washes to make the color pop. By the way, I used DaVinci Resolve to do color correction on this video, so tell me what you think. I'm a beginner and I have a lot to learn. Cream was challenging as well. I didn't know which colors to use or how to create the shapes, but I just added gray and yellow and some light gray wash to the background to make the white pop. Since I couldn't go any darker with my watercolors, I decided to use my markers to make it a bit easier for me to reach a darker tone in the chocolate and shadow areas. Since cherries are known to be bitter and sweet, I found this quote that relates to our theme. It says, "Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet." Well, I definitely need to learn to be more patient. Since I merged my code and my cover page, I started to plan my monthly just next to the cover. I saw this on Pinterest and I loved it. It will help use less pages per month. At the bottom, I decided to draw those chocolates that had cherries inside them, but I'm not used to shading with my brush pen, so I'm not really satisfied with the result. But it still looks like chocolate, so that's fine. Moving on to the next page, which is my planet spread, I found out through the course of using my bullet journal that I really need space to plan each area of my life and have specific goals and breaking them into smaller tasks. This month I'm focusing on my dissertation, my move to another city, and of course I had to have a content planner because I want to be more creative and use my free time wisely. I also have a section for health and I'm gonna do one Chloe thing challenge hopefully. And of course an art area, which is what I neglected a lot during the last year. And finally a book to read, which will be French because I need to practice my language. It might seem like a lot or little, but what I'm trying to do is avoid neglecting certain parts of my life and overworking other parts. I'm trying to do just one small task in each area, and it will be sustainable in the long run. Moving on to the next spread. As I mentioned before, I have to move to another city this month, so I just had to have a packing list, and since my mind doesn't work on a list format and more like just scattered words, this page had to have just free space for me to jot down whenever and wherever things that I will need as they pop up. The next spread is something that I really need, which is a time log. I have been spending a lot of my time at home and I thought that I will have a lot of time to do just everything that I ever wanted, but the reality is that I don't even know where my time flies. I need to track it and see what daily activities take time. This is the end of my plan with me. I hope that you have a great February and thank you for watching. See you soon.